Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back. We're out here doing some content on a Tuesday. Now, I do owe everybody an apology. We did make it to Arizona the last weekend, but I didn't get a chance to make any content. So that being said, I'm sorry. I brought my camera. I brought all the things I needed to make a video, but I never charged the battery. So when I went to make a video, it was kind of on the low side, and I didn't have enough battery power to make a 20-minute video as I went through antique stores in at least of the cities that we did hit. So with that being said, I do apologize, but there is hope. We will be going back out there maybe at some point later this year. So when that happens, I will be more prepared, and we do intend on hitting some of those towns again because the picking was fair, and we did find some nice stuff. Did enjoy the atmosphere and the local, buildings and everything out there in Globe in Miami. We had a nice time visiting family, of course. We went out for dinner for my sister-in-law's birthday, and she had a nice birthday, and we had a good time. Her and her fiance Michael, they were going to go to the lake for the rest of the weekend for the holiday. So that they left Sunday morning, and we left early. When they left, we left, and we stayed with them. So we left when they did, and they went up to the lake, and we went to hit the antique stores in the small little boom towns off the 70 and 77. So that was cool. But yeah, the drive was fun. We got some cool antique stuff, and I'll share those with you in just a moment. Let me see if I can light this match and start my pipe. Okay. These redbirds. You know, I don't have enough of these matches left to deal with duds. So let's I'd like to get some help from my friends here. There we go. All right. I want to lower this, but I don't want to burn myself. There. All right. There we are. All right. We'll get into it. Now, as many of you know, I do enjoy mining history. Yeah, from the 1860s through the early 1900s. I'd say the golden era of hard rock mining. So, I have a few dynamite boxes. I have an old candlestick holder, the Sticking Tommy, the wrought iron ones, and I have a few little things. And I have this really cool old Hercules blasting cap tin. Yeah, found that on eBay. There are people that do explore abandoned mines, and I enjoy their channels. And they are the types that don't liberate things from mines because they leave them there for other people to discover and enjoy. Because if they were all taken out for someone's collection, then, there'd be nothing left to see. And you just see a bunch of dirty rock and timbers, which can be fun to see anyways. But finding artifacts and things that were left behind definitely is more interesting. Anyway, speaking of mining, I found some things in Miami that I really thought were cool. First stop we hit was a small little antique store just near the downtown area. And the lady there that ran the shop was really sweet and very nice and very helpful. And she was very happy to see some out-of-towners come in and do a little shopping. Now, here's what I bought from her. This is something I've wanted for a while. Yeah. It's kind of big, so bear with me. All right. I've wanted a pickaxe for a little bit of time now. And this one was very affordable. And it's very old. I'm not sure how old, but at least I at least late 19th century. It's probably definitely, from the early 1900s at the very latest. But it's a good solid piece. It's got the double pointed head, and it's just really neat. And it has an older handle, so I thought, well, it's pretty cool. I could definitely see myself buying that because I've wanted one for a while now. And well, I had to ask. There was no price tag on it, and there was a bunch of other old tools in the same bucket. And I says, "Pardon me, what's the price on this?" And she's like, "Oh, the tools are range from 15 to 20." I'm like, "Well, what's this one range from?" She's like, "How about 17?" I'm like, "Got yourself a deal." So I picked it up for $17 cash, and she was happy about it, and I was happy about it. And I think it has a really nice patina, and I got it in a mining town. How about that? So Miami definitely still has plenty of mining going on. That was one of the main commerce there. That's why the town still exists, is because of mining. Open pit, and I think they do have some hard rock operations still being done. Did this go out? It did. Anyway, went into the next store, and I found a few little items. Nothing too crazy, but I did find this. This was the first thing I picked up, and I thought it was really cool. Now, I'm not a glass insulator guy. I have one. Now I have two, and I'm not going to become an insulator collector because I have these things. But anyways, this was scored. How about that? Original with the wire, the telegraph wire still attached to it. Now this is not from a local find. This one's from New York, and it came into his shop recently that I went into, and it's a Brookville number 7, I believe. It looks like there's a number 7 on top. Anyways, it's pretty cool, and I thought, you know what? The reason I bought it is because it does have the telegraph wire still on it. So yeah, and it's not beat up. It's intact. Some of the teeth on the bottom are kind of broken, but they've been there for a long time. So Brookfield made these between the 1870s, 80s to the at least the 1920s, or very early 20s, late 19 teens, from what I can find out. So this is probably from turn of the century, maybe late 1800s, easily. I'll have to do a little more digging and find out when this one's actually made, when this one falls into, how this style was done. I think they made at least 100 different styles of these insulators. But yeah, so telegraph insulator, pretty cool with the wire still attached. I was really excited to see that, and I'm like, well, that's cool. It was very affordable. I paid $5 for that. So yeah, I thought, okay, I don't like paying a lot of money for glass insulators because essentially they're just paperweights. Some people are very dedicated collectors. They know them inside and out. They know what they want. They know what to look for. They know which ones are worth collecting. And I applaud them for that because that's a whole nother collectible world that I'm actually really trying not to get into, because as some of you know, that I do like glass. I find glass very attractive. I am very much drawn to glass things, especially blue glass. I like the old mason jars, and I have a few of those, Atlas or Ball mason jars, and I use them. They're fun. Some of them are earlier, and I don't use those ones except for storing certain things in it. But yeah, I like my old glass. I really do, and especially lantern globes. Speaking of lantern globes, I just recently got this one. This is a CT Ham marked Cold Blast Matchless. Pretty cool, huh? Now, the Cold Blast Matchless CT Ham globes, they turn up, but not red ones. This is flashed, so this is not a red cast glass. This one is a clear glass globe that was coated with a red film on the inside when that was flashed processed. So I feel okay burning it because most clear globes don't get the crizzle and the glass cancer, as we call it. So this one's probably more or less safe to burn. I'm burning it low, as you can see. It's not real high, so it's not at a great risk of anything happening to it except for maybe a crack because it is old glass, but I don't burn these very high flame-wise, so the heat is minimal, at least for that. But anyway, I got the old Paul's number 0. I never burn that lantern, and I burn it ever so often, and you know, I talked myself into keeping it. I was going to sell it, but I thought, you know what, I think if I sold it, I would miss it. And so luckily I held on to it. A friend of mine on Facebook and through the Tubular Lantern group and the other lantern groups, he was going to buy it. So I actually says, well, how about this one instead? And he agreed to take a Rayo 65, which is actually more rare than these Pauls. And so I think he's going to enjoy that one actually more. So cool. Shout out to Matt. He's a subscriber of mine as well. So thank you so much for, you know, taking the swap. All right. Anyways, that's going to about do it. We have, you know, not too much going on other than that. We will probably be going back to Tucson later this year, maybe for Thanksgiving or Christmas again. We're not sure yet. Or might even go for my nephew's birthday in August. And that will be, well, a hot time of the year to go to the desert, but, you know, it'll be fun regardless. So with that being said, we will do another video here soon, sooner than later. I know I've been really bad at doing any content, and I'm sorry. I'll try and do better and get back on my regular schedule. All right. Take it easy, everybody, and we'll see you guys again very soon. All right. Bye-bye.